Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Dales, Director of Tour and Leisure Sales for Fairmont's Canada's Western Mountain region, proudly representing Chateau Lake Louise, Jasper Park Lodge, Chateau Whistler, and the Banff Springs. On behalf of Accor colleagues from around the world, we want you to know that we appreciate you and we hope to see you soon. Please accept this wellness gift as a small token of our appreciation. Thank you, and happy National Travel Advisors Day.
So today we're going to go through some stretches to help with relieving tension from any of those sedentary positions you might have been in over the last few weeks there. The first one here is going to be a stretch that's similar to your child's pose you might have seen in yoga. It's going to help open up your lats. Anything that's helping with internally rotating, we're going to externally rotate those shoulders. So hands are going to end up down on your chair in front of you. Hips are going to be back so that they're over your heels. And then all you're doing here is trying to sink your chest in between your arms and let your head sink down nice and heavy. You should feel a nice big stretch down through your lats, all through your back there. If you are feeling more tension on one side or the other, you can then just pull one hip away from the shoulder or go the opposite way. And that'll help us open up either side of the lats. So we're trying to hold that for 1 to 2 minutes, working your way left or right. The other stretch we're going to go through today is going to be one that helps with relieving some of the tension through the hips. So there's actually two we're going to use to try and approach the hip tension. First one here, we're going to have our leg crossover, so that ankle sits on the opposite side of our knee. With our hands supporting the outside of the knee, you're going to bring your chest and head up and bring that shoulder across to the opposite. Bring that knee to the opposite shoulder there, so you're really pulling in the opposite side of the hip. Trying to relieve the tension coming through your glutes, piriformis muscle. These are kind of the areas that end up tight and resulting in any kind of sciatic tension that runs down the back of your leg there. So again, repeating on the opposite side, chest up, pulling that knee to the opposite shoulder, and feeling that tension relieved through the hip on the stretching side. So again, you're holding these for 1 to 2 minutes. You can do this a couple of times throughout the day. The last one we're going to do is a bit of a hip flexor stretch. So using that same chair that you've just used for seated position, you're going to place one foot back, keeping your hips square. You're going to try and bring your pelvis under and feel a bit of a tension or pull across the front of the thigh here. So when you're pulling your pelvis under, you're pulling your belly button up towards your rib cage. You'll feel that tension build up through the front of your thigh, and you're trying to open up all those hip flexors that get so short and tight from sitting in that position for long periods of time. Again, trying on the other side, making sure your hips are nice and square, tilting underneath with your pelvis, so you're trying to get that tension to pull up the thigh there, and holding for 1 to 2 minutes. So I hope those stretches there help with relieving any kind of tension that builds up throughout the day. You can do it 1 to 2 times throughout the day, but the most important thing is keep moving.